How to seduce a woman using reverse psychology. Reverse psychology is a simple and powerful technique to attract someone. Instead of directly trying to convince a woman, you suggest the opposite of what you actually want, making her think and act in line with what you hope for. For example, our friendship is so strong that trying anything more could complicate everything. Would you really consider being with me? It's probably best to keep things as they are, without romance. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. The method is simple. You make a statement that seems to rule out any chance of something happening between you, but it actually encourages her to want to prove otherwise. Here's another example. I like our connection so much that I wouldn't want to mess it up with stronger feelings. I think it's best to keep things as they are, without complications. By suggesting that avoiding deeper feelings is the safer path, you awaken her instinct to prove the opposite, creating a subtle attraction. This approach triggers the desire to break through that barrier and explore a romance with you. This phrase makes her question why you think this way, sparking her interest in proving otherwise. It works because it activates a person's primal, unconscious side, stirring a desire for what seems out of reach. If you use the examples I'm about to show you, they'll leave the woman completely intrigued and captivated by you, desiring you at any cost. And you know what's even better? She'll be the one wanting to flirt with you and convince you to take things further. But before we begin, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, give a thumbs up, and turn on notifications. Without further delay, let's get started. Number 1. Make her question her own opinion. Example: I totally understand if you don't want to go with me to that new restaurant. Actually, it might not be your style, and you probably prefer something simpler, right? This kind of comment encourages her to challenge that idea, creating curiosity or a desire to show that she can enjoy different things and surprise you. Number 2. Slightly undervalue. Something about yourself. Example: I'm probably not the type of guy you'd go out with, right? I'm kind of unpredictable and not really the conventional style you probably prefer. This approach makes her think the opposite, leading her to wonder if maybe you're more interesting precisely because you're not what she expected. Number 3. Show false confidence in her no. Example: I know you wouldn't be interested in anything beyond friendship. That's okay. I kind of figured I wasn't the type of guy who'd catch your attention like that. By using this phrase, you plant a doubt, making her want to prove that maybe you're wrong about what she really thinks or feels. Number 4. Be unassuming about your intentions. Example: I wasn't even thinking of asking you out. I figured you'd prefer staying in over the weekend. This makes her want to show you that she's open to going out and enjoying moments with you. Number 5. Doubt her interest in something deeper. Example: I doubt you could handle someone as intense as me. You seem to prefer something a little more laid back, right? This makes her want to show that she's more than capable of handling intensity. Number 6. Question her attraction to you. Example: I'm sure you'd never look at me in a romantic way. We're too much like friends for that. This approach can prompt her to reflect on whether she really sees you just as a friend or if there's something more. Number 7. Suggest that she prefers other company. Example: Oh, of course you'd prefer to hang out with that other group. They're more your style. I didn't even think of inviting you out. By saying this, you provoke a reaction of contradiction, making her consider joining you instead. Number 8. Assume she's not interested in anything risky. Example: I'm sure you're not the type who'd go for something thrilling like skydiving or a spontaneous trip. You probably prefer safer things. This creates a desire to surprise you, showing that she enjoys adventure and boldness. Number 9. Downplay a compliment that could be given. Example: You don't even need to hear this. Everyone probably tells you all the time how amazing you are, so I'll skip the compliment. She might want to hear what you really think and become more interested in your opinion. Number 10. Doubt that she'd be interested in getting to know you more. Example: You don't seem like someone who'd want to know more about me. I'm sure you already have enough friends to care about that. This encourages her to take an interest in you and want to get to know who you really are. Number 11. Underestimate her curiosity about you. Example: I don't think there's anything particularly interesting about me for you to be curious about. I'm kind of predictable. By underestimating yourself, you spark her desire to prove otherwise, awakening her curiosity to know you better. Number 12. Make it seem like you don't need to impress her. Example, I don't need to impress you, right? I bet you're used to guys trying to do that all the time. This makes her think that maybe you're different, creating more interest in getting to know you. Number 13. Assume she doesn't find you attractive. Example, it never even crosses my mind that you might find me attractive. I'm sure you prefer a different type. This statement makes her question her own feelings and perceptions about you. Number 14. Suggest that you're very different. Example, you know, I think we're really different. You probably wouldn't be attracted to someone like me who lives a bit outside the box. This can spark her desire to show that differences aren't a barrier and may actually be appealing. Number 15. Suggest that you wouldn't impress her. Example, I'm sure that, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't really impress you. You're probably used to guys trying to do that. This can make her see your actions in a new light, wondering if maybe you're more interesting than she thought. Number 16. Downplay going out with you. Example, going out with me probably wouldn't be as fun as you think. I'm not the kind of guy who makes things exciting like other guys do. This can make her want to prove that a date with you would actually be interesting and challenging. Number 17. Doubt her desire to see you again. Example, I don't think you'd care to see me again. You probably have way more interesting options. Saying this may awaken her desire to show that she actually enjoys spending time with you. Number 18. Question her willingness to take risks. Example, you seem like the type who likes to stay in your comfort zone, so I bet you wouldn't go for something spontaneous like a last-minute trip. This might make her want to prove she's willing to take risks and enjoy unexpected moments. Number 19. Minimize the connection between you. Example, I think we get along, but I don't imagine you feel like there's any special connection or anything. By downplaying the connection, you encourage her to reflect on how much she actually enjoys your company. Number 20. Suggest that she's not really interested in you. Example, it's nice spending time with you, but I doubt you're interested in me in any serious way. This may make her question herself and start considering if she has a deeper interest in you. Number 21. Pretend disinterest in going beyond friendship. Example, you're great, but I think we're good as friends. Going beyond that could be complicated, and I'm not sure you've ever even thought about it. By suggesting you shouldn't move forward, you can plant the idea of something more intimate and make her consider that possibility. Number 22. Assume she wouldn't like something different. Example, I imagine you wouldn't want to go somewhere out of the ordinary with me, something more alternative. You seem to enjoy more traditional things. This can encourage her to show that she's open to new experiences and the unexpected. Number 23. Doubt her interest in your lifestyle. Example, I think my lifestyle is a bit unusual for you. I don't imagine you'd be interested in this kind of thing. By underestimating how much she might be drawn in, you spark her desire to show that she's more open than you think. Number 24. Downplay the possibility of anything happening. Example, it never even crosses my mind that you've considered the idea of us being together. I'm sure that thought has never crossed your mind. This can provoke her to reflect on her feelings, encouraging her to reconsider the possibility of something more.